Hey, everybody. Welcome aboard. Happy Friday, by the way. TGIF. Are you singing the TGIF blues today? If you are, then you need to become a Longevity member. Why do you need to become a Longevity member? Because then you can quit your JOB. Now, listen, we talk a lot about the financial opportunity. Well, we don't talk enough about the financial opportunity, honestly. Because, you know, we have kind of these blinders on. Oh, I can't do a multi-level network marketing thing. That's a pyramid scheme. That's what that is. Well, no, it's not. Pyramid schemes are illegal. And by the way, take a look at the structure of the company or the corporation that you work for. Doesn't the person at the top make the most money, and don't the people that work lower and lower on the rungs make less and less and less? That's more like a pyramid scheme than anything else, for goodness sake, although pyramid schemes by definition are illegal. Network marketing, economic business structures are extremely legal and extremely effective. And the people educating you, because they've been taught by corporate America, don't want you to know this. They don't want you to know that you don't have to work for them. They don't want you to know that you can make more money working for yourself. They don't want you to know that. If they knew that, for goodness sake, you know, then all of a sudden they wouldn't be in the 1% anymore. They'd be in the 100% because everybody would be wealthy. Now, you know, we talk a lot about if you do this, that, and the other thing, a month from now, or a year from now, you can be making $20,000 a month, $38,785 a month, whatever. And these numbers don't seem realistic to people because they can't even conceptualize that much money in their entire life, let alone in 1 month. But numbers don't lie. And, you know, let's just dial it down to something that people can really chew up and swallow a lot easier. If you become a Longevity member, if you become a member at the $500 level, if you go all in as a CEO Longevity member, and you let us hold your hand and show you how to show people this message, if you're coachable, if you let us teach you what to do, and then if you apply what we tell you to do, and then we coach you on what you did right and what you did wrong, it's not that hard, folks. If you can pass the driver's license test, you can have a successful longevity business, for goodness sakes. You don't even have to know how to spell vitamin. All you have to be able to do is point. If you do this, it is reasonable to assume that by the third month, you'll be making $1,000 a month. $1,000 a month. That's $300 a week, more or less. Well, $250 a week. Now, how would $1,000 a month extra affect your life? How would $1,000 a month, additional to what you're making now, affect your life? Now, what do you have to do this? Well, you have to show it to 10 people a week. How do you show it to 10 people a week? You say this. Well, first of all, you have to find someone who's suffering with a health concern. You know how you do that? Go outside, get a tennis ball, go to the mall, roll a tennis ball on the floor. Whoever bends over to pick it up and hand it back to you, they need your help. Everybody in this country is sick and suffering because we've all taken the wrong dog to the hunt. We've gone to the MDs for chronic health conditions when the MDs are completely unsuited to help us with a chronic health condition. And if it were a perfect, legal, and just society, the MDs would be relegated to trauma care and surgery only, period. That's it. End of discussion. The more I think about it, I wouldn't even let them treat chronic infectious diseases because of all of the crap they've created with their antibiotics. Antibiotic-resistant diseases now, superbugs, are caused by the MDs. Can you imagine what would happen if a chiropractor created a superbug? They'd be thrown in jail, but the MDs do it. No problem whatsoever, boys. Keep up the good work. My point is, in order to have a successful longevity business, all you have to do is find someone who has a health concern and then say, listen, man, I know a doctor, a licensed naturopathic physician with over 20 years of clinical experience, who says you don't have to suffer with that. If I send you a link to a webinar that he did, will you watch it? That's all you have to do 10 times a week. And you can find somebody who, like yourself, perhaps, needs to make a couple of extra $100 a month. I mean, who wouldn't benefit from that? And here's what you tell them. Hey, check this out. I'm doing a home-based business to make a couple of extra $100 a month, and it's awesome. I need to find a couple people to work with. to take my business to the next level. I don't know if you're one of them, but I'd love to show you what I'm up to. And then after looking at it, you can tell me whether you'd like to do that too, or if not, well, maybe you'll know somebody who would like to do that, because I need to find a couple of people to work with. Can I show you what I'm doing? That's all that you do. And then you hand them a copy of Success from Home magazine with a little DVD inside it that has the business stuff. You call them in a couple days, meet them at Starbucks, have a cup of coffee, talk it over. They're either in or they're out, and if they're out, maybe they'll know somebody who's in, and this is all that you do 10 times a week. That's it. 10 times a week. I know a doctor that says you don't have to suffer that. If I send you a link to this webinar, will you watch it? That's all that you have to do. I mean, really, it's easier than falling off of a potato truck. It's way easier than your job, because for 8 hours a day, you do stuff that you don't want to do, and it takes a lot longer than these enrollment conversations do. A good enrollment conversation should take less than 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 10 times a day, 10 times a week. That's 50 minutes. That's 1 hour a week. So, you know, let's be a little more liberal in the estimation here. Let's say you did this for 3 hours a week. 3 hours a week. You could reasonably be making $1,000 by your third month. A month. Now, you know, and because it's a home-based business, because you are your boss, you can work the business as much or as little as you want. You got nobody, and this isn't, by the way, the type of a thing where the people who bring you into Youngevity are going to be calling you up every day saying, did you sell more? Did you sell more? Did you sell more? Did you enroll more? What's going on? Get off your butt. Come on now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It's not like that. You work the business as much as you want to work the business, or as little as you want to work the business. You reach out for help as much or as little as you want to reach out for help, but you have to take action. You have to knock on the door. You have to ask us for help, and then we'll give it to you, as much or as little as you want it. And this is how we're going to change the world, ladies and gentlemen, one person at a time. You've been duped. You know, and I'm going to keep saying this for as long as I live. You've been duped. You've been duped by the banksters into thinking that your only valid economic solution for life is to work at a job for minimum wage for $20 an hour, for $25 an hour, and then let the illegal immigrants come in and steal your job out from underneath you, because they'll work for a third of what your boss is paying you, especially if you're in labor. If you're a carpenter or a painter or, you know, a plumber, a roofer, forget it. There's no way you can compete with that. You can't do it. And if you work for corporate America, your ceiling is capped. There's only so much money you can make. And you have to put in 40-plus hours a week. And you have to commute to and from work. I mean, just calculate how many hours of your life you've wasted in 1 year from your commute. Wouldn't it be awesome to work from home? It's awesome to work from home. Wouldn't it be awesome to be your own boss, to be able to work when you want to and not to work when you want to? Now, you know, we have to, like, dial this in smartly. You can't just quit your job and then start a Youngevity business and keep your fingers crossed. You might suck at it. It might not be good for you. Might not. So if you feel inclined to dip your toe into these waters and check it out, do it part-time. Do it just an hour a week. Do it just an hour a week and see how you do at it. See whether it's a good fit for you or not. And then if it is a good fit for you, as you start to get the hang of it and as the money starts to roll in and as your network begins to grow, you can reasonably project when you'll be able to quit your job. And that's how we do it. It's easy breezy, lemon squeezy, one step at a time. It's just like training for a marathon. Just like training for the Sunday football game. Just, you know, it's no different than that. We take simple steps every day towards a goal. And the great thing about Youngevity is you have an army of people ready, willing, and able to support you. You know why? Because unlike your job, the people who are in your organization who are underneath you, it is your responsibility to make them richer than you. It's your boss's responsibility to make you poorer than him. because the less money you make, the more money he makes. Well, with longevity, with a network business, it's the opposite. The more money people underneath you make, the more money you make. It's completely reversed, and it's a beautiful thing, and it's a really great, it's a great business structure to be involved with. Because it's holistic, it's integrity, it has integrity, it feels good, it is good. Everybody wins. And it's completely up to you how little or how much you want to do it. Fantastic opportunity, folks. Please visit fireyourmdnow.com, fireyourmdnow.com, and join Team Glidden. Click on the link to join Team Glidden, and then just follow the computer prompts. Become a longevity member, and then as soon as you become a longevity member, somebody from Team Glidden will contact you, and we'll sort it out. We'll hold your hand, we'll train you, we'll teach you as much or as little as you want to be trained or taught, as quickly or as slowly as you want to be trained and taught. And then we're all going to march down this road together. We're all going to march down this road together, hand in hand, arm in arm, making ourselves wealthy by making our friends, family members, church members, community members healthy. It's our job to shorten prayer lists. That's what we do. We love working with churches, because if churches become members of longevity, if the parish becomes a member of longevity, if the church itself becomes a longevity business builder, then the members of the congregation who take the nutritional supplements that we offer and recover their health, the church makes money. So we don't have to do collections anymore. And everybody gets healthy. We shorten prayer lists. I mean, everybody wins. For goodness sake, ladies and gentlemen, this is the best thing to happen to economics since compound interest. Do not overlook the obvious. FireYourMDNow.com. Click on the link to become a member of Team Glidden. We're going to go to Idaho and talk to Sandy when we come back. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. This is September 20th, 2013. Welcome to Fire Your MD Now. Welcome back, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden here with you on the 20th day of September 2013. We had a webinar last night on how to balance women's hormones. It was awesome. At the height of the webinar, we had, I think, 93, 94 people in the room. The room can only hold 100 people. Went from 8 to 9 Central Time, and 100 people more or less got informed about the idiocy which informs conventional medical understanding and treatment of hormonal issues, and what they can do, what people can do real time right now, starting today, with science-based, clinically verified alternatives to nonsense drugs and nonsense drugs. Nonsense drugs. Premarin? You got to be kidding me. You know what Premarin, the largest selling hormone in the world, do you know what it's made from? 1 part human hormone, 2 parts horse hormone. That's right, 2 parts horse hormone. Equilin and Equilase. That's how Premarin got its name, by the way, because the horse hormones are extracted from the urine of pregnant mares. And I'm the quack. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a great webinar. In order for you to access the webinars yourself, you have to become a Dr. Glidden Insider. You can do that. It's easy. It's a mouse click away. Visit fireyourmdnow.com, fireyourmdnow.com, and find the tab for Become an Insider. Sign up for my online health subscription service. It'll be the best $20 a month you have ever spent. Let's go right to the phones. By the way, 866-582-9933. 866-582-9933 to talk to me live. And if you'd like to talk to someone, if you're listening to the podcast and want to speak to a living, breathing human being, that number, 855-347-3696. That's 855-347-3696. Sandy from Idaho is up with a question about blood pressure. Hey, Sandy, thanks for the call. You are live.
Thanks for taking my call. That's Indiana.
Oh, Indiana.
Yes, sir.
My tech guy got it wrong. Okay, Indiana. What part, by the way?
Jeffersonville.
Jeffersonville. I've spent a number of, I've spent quite a good deal of time in Indiana. We go down to Shipshewana, Indiana, a lot to speak to the Amish. I've been in Indianapolis, Indiana. I've been, there's a town north of Indianapolis. It'll come to me in a minute, but it's a great part of the country. I really like it. How was your summer there this year?
Not real hot.
Yeah, not real hot. It wasn't that real hot here either in Chicago until about 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
It didn't really get hot until September. I don't know what's up with that. And then we had a couple of water spouts over Lake Michigan. This is a tornado on Lake Michigan. That was kind of crazy. I think something's going on good old planet Earth, but I don't know what. How can I help you, Sandy?
I was in the hospital the 1st of August, and what was happening, I was having like pounding in my chest.
Oh, yeah.
And like
they tell you have high blood pressure? Is that what they told you?
Yes, I do have high blood pressure.
And was that their diagnosis? That's the only thing that they could find that was wrong, was just high blood pressure?
Well, they already knew I had it, so they just said it was not my heart. And they said maybe it could have been a pull muscle or stress or GI problem.
So, but they weren't able to dial it in for you. They said maybe it's this, maybe it's that, maybe it's the other thing, right? Yeah,
I left the hospital maybe when I went in.
Yeah, well, you could have figured that out for yourself on the internet. I mean, you sound like a smart woman. You could have looked that stuff up on the internet and say, well, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, maybe it's the other. I mean, you didn't get any better of an answer from these guys, and it cost you probably $2,000-3,000 to do it. I mean, it's nonsense, isn't it?
Yes, and I'm still having the same symptoms.
Yeah. Great. So isn't this great? Now, this is what you pay medical insurance for, to get incompetent diagnostics that cost you money and waste your time and give you no answers, and then leave you with exactly the same symptoms you went in for. I mean, this is like a shell game. I mean, this is like some type of a Ponzi scheme. It's nonsense. It baffles my mind why people in this country haven't risen up in protest, because crap like this goes on all of the time. So my question to you is, you've known you've had high blood pressure and you've been managing it with blood pressure medication. Is that what you've been doing?
That's true. I've been on the same medicine for 10 years.
Yeah, okay. And this summer, were you doing anything different in your life, Sandy? Were you outside more, or did you join the gym or do hot yoga, or did you do anything different in your life this summer?
No, I just had a little bit more kids to take care of.
A few more kids to take care of, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so from our point of view, high blood pressure is a nutrient deficiency disease, and I'm going to dial that in for you a little bit more when we come back from the break, so stick around, Sandy. I'll dial it in for you shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, and you're not. Stick around. I'll be back. Welcome back, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden here with you. September 20th, 2013. Let me see who's on the hold here. We are talking to Sandy from Idaho, or Indiana. Sandy from Indiana. Sandy, are you still with me?
Yes, I am.
All right, very good. So, Sandy, what's your current body weight, please?
231.
All right. So the recommendation for you, there's a saying in medicine, and this is becoming, I guess, one of my catchphrases. When you hear hoofbeats, the first thing you think about is horses before you think about zebras, right? Well, this means in diagnostic stuff, the first thing we think about when we see an illness are the most common causes of that illness before you start thinking about weird, exorbitant stuff. So the single biggest cause of high blood pressure is a deficiency in calcium and magnesium. Your body needs more calcium and magnesium and a bunch of other nutrients as well, but calcium and magnesium are the biggest players here. So the first thing for you to do for 90 days is to take two Healthy Start Packs 2.0, 2 Healthy Pack 2.0. It's called a Healthy Start Pack 2.0. You need 2 of those a month. Start with that. 2 Healthy Start Packs 2.0 per month, and eliminate the 10 bad foods. Now, those 2 supplements will give your body all of the essential nutrition that it needs to have healthy blood pressure. And I've seen people with blood pressure for 30 years normalize their blood pressure in 3 weeks. I've also seen it take 3 months. I've also seen it take 6 months. Anything can happen here, but as you clean up your diet and start down the road of this program, this nutritional program, you should be advised that you need to be measuring your blood pressure diligently every day at home. Because when my program kicks in, and your blood pressure starts to come down naturally, the drugs that you're taking are going to make it go too low too quickly. And so as the blood pressure numbers start to come down, you're going to have to wean off of the prescription meds, either on your own or, with advice from a pharmacist. I would go to a pharmacist. I wouldn't go back to the MDs because they got nothing for you. So this is it. Our job here is to get your body so healthy that you can safely, effectively, and efficiently stop all prescription meds because they're not doing you any good. And this is...
take care of they told me to exercise, and I start walking. But I get so weak and tired.
No. So, yeah, I know. That's crazy advice. I mean, that's the last freaking thing you need to do, exercise. They actually told you to exercise?
Yes.
You should write a letter to the health board of your state and say, these people are ridiculous. I went in with these conditions. It cost me a lot of money. They didn't help me, and then they told me to exercise, which I did, and it made it worse. I want a flippant investigation because these people are stupid. So no, don't exercise. Do not exercise for 90 days. I mean, nothing. Don't get on a treadmill. You can walk around the block. You can walk the dog or this, that, or the other thing. But if any type of exertion makes you feel worse, you're going to need to dial it down and stop it. Now, there's two things that we do here with everybody. Number one, you take the proper amount of nutrients into your body, and for you it will be two Healthy Start Pack 2.0s per month. And you have to stop eating 10 bad foods. There are 10 foods that are going to kill you, that are going to make it hard for your body to absorb the nutrients, and we want you to stop eating them. Now, you can download that list for free at my website, fireyourmdnow.com, fireyourmdnow.com. and click on the radio tab. And when you click on the radio tab, there's a little box over on the side where you can sign up for my free newsletter. When you sign up for my free newsletter, you're given a list of the 10 bad foods. So download it to your computer, print it up, stop eating those foods, take these nutritional supplements every day, and life is good. Now, Sandy, how'd you hear about this radio show?
My son and plus my nephew.
Okay, so are they longevity people?
Yes.
All right, so get in touch with them. They'll know exactly what I'm talking about. They'll be able to get you the stuff at the wholesale price.
Okay.
And they'll be able to tell you how to take it. And then I want you to call me back once a month. Call me back once a month, Sandy from Indiana, and give me your report as to how you're feeling and what's happening. There's one more thing you need to start doing, which if you do this, I'm going to guess within 3 or 4 days will help the stuff that you're feeling now to recede into the distance. I want you to start salting your food so that it tastes good. Have you been on a salt-restricted diet?
I was kind of cutting back.
Yeah, I don't want you to cut back on salt. I want you to salt your food so that it tastes good. Don't be afraid of salt. You need salt to have healthy stomach acid. You need healthy stomach acid to digest nutrients out of your food. And once you get the 90 essential nutrients, the healthy packs into your body, and you start salting your food, and you stop eating the 10 bad foods, everything's going to turn around for you. I'm very, very happy that you called, Sandy. Give this program a chance and call me back with a report. I will look forward to it. Thanks so much. From Indiana to Virginia to talk to Terry about Medicare, of all things. Hey, Terry, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Hey, it's me again. I've just got a few more questions. I've had a lot of questions, I know. But I know some people who are trying to make some decisions about insurance options and other similar programs. Some of them are about to be enrolled in Medicare. They're looking for options, and they're wondering about longevity, MediShare, and the BioCare hospital in Tijuana versus hospitals here. I've heard on the Internet that a lot of people are not going to want to be going to hospitals here after the first of the year.
Well, see, here's the deal. And we need to kind of step back and look at this from a broader perspective because everybody has their heads in the sand about this. Your medical doctor does not know what's best for you. Your medical doctor only knows what they've been trained in, and what they've been trained in is just one small piece of the pie of medical science. And it's best suited, quite frankly, it's only suited for trauma care and surgery when it's absolutely necessary. This is the domain and the expertise of the MD. So our recommendation is now, because medicine is a for-profit, out-of-control juggernaut in the United States, just walking through the door of the emergency room, it's $1,000. And I don't even know how much it costs to get transported to the hospital in an ambulance. It's got to be a minimum of $500. I think they charge by the mile. And, I'm not, they need to make money too. But my point is, emergency medical care is expensive. And heaven forbid they have to hospitalize you overnight. Forget about it. This is why the leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States is MD-directed medical care, because it's so flippin' expensive. Now, what the MD is good at is emergency medicine. And emergency medicine can bankrupt you if, heaven forbid, somebody T-bones you at the intersection, you get hurt by a drunk driver or whatever. So our recommendation is to buy medical insurance, which only covers catastrophic stuff that would put you into the emergency room. Like you fall down, break your leg, you're in South Chicago, get hit by a bullet, whatever, okay? We recommend you hunt for a medical insurance provider that provides for emergency care. And I don't know whether Medicare does that or not. If Medicare does provide for that, then that would be the cheapest option. But you need to ask what your, insurance policy actually covers, and then compare, shop, because it's the free market and medical insurers are always trying to outcompete their competition. So we recommend that you shop for and secure catastrophic medical insurance to cover you in case you need to go to the emergency room. But that's it. For everything else, we avoid that you fire your MD now. You stay the heck away from these people because they have nothing to offer you. They have nothing for you, zero. Their ideas about pathophysiology are outdated, old-fashioned, and wrong. Their medications are man-made, dangerous, ineffective, and expensive. And their treatments overall are the leading cause of death. They've got nothing for you in the treatment of chronic disease. So our recommendation, join Youngevity. Become a Youngevity member. Become a Youngevity member so that you can actually make money, because insurance doesn't pay for nutritional supplements. But if you become a Youngevity member and talk to a couple of people a month or a couple of people a week, talk to 10 people a week about Youngevity. People in your family, people in your life, talk to 10 people a week about Youngevity. In a couple of months, you'll be making a couple of $100. You'll get all your vitamins for free, and you'll have a couple of extra $100 in your bank account every month, and that beats a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. So as people go down the road with Youngevity, they get a couple of Dr. Wallach's books, they get a couple of my books, they get the CDs. By the way, I'm coming out with a new DVD shortly. As you get informed, it's easy stuff. Become a subscriber, become a Dr. Glidden Insider, get access to the webinars, hang out in Youngevity. As you immerse yourself in the culture of Youngevity, and it's fun and it's easy, you will learn how to become your own doctor. And you will learn what to do with science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition programs to support and promote the structure and function of your body. It's the best thing in the world. We're training people how to be their own doctors because healing is easy. Surgery is complicated. Healing is easy. And this is our method. So shop for catastrophic medical insurance. And for everything else, join Youngevity and avoid going to the MDs because you do not need them. Now, if you need surgery, if you absolutely positively do need surgery, then you're going to have to shop around the world for the most affordable, most effective surgical intervention. And there's this whole industry that's developed. I forget the name of it. But, it's like people need an appendectomy or they need their gallbladder removed or they need a kidney removed or whatever, and so they'll go to France to have it done. Or they'll go to Saudi Arabia to have it done. Or they'll go to Brazil. Or they'll go to Tijuana or wherever. So this is what it's come to. Because the MDs, that they've just charged so flippin' much money for their medical treatments that people are scrambling. And because we've listened to corporate America for the last, 100 years, and we've all had our JOBs, and, for goodness sake, you know what JOB stands for? Jump out of bed. jump out of bed. That's what you have to do. Jump out of bed. Got to go to my job. Got to work for the minimum wage. Oh my God! Everybody's financially in the gutter. Everybody's financially in the ditch. So by lifting yourself out, you can increase your wealth even just a little bit by helping your friends and family and church members and community members with their health. And this is what we're up to. So look to see whether Medicare or private insurance is a better option for emergency medical care. Join Longevity. Immerse yourself in longevity culture and let us teach you the simple solutions of health recovery through science-based medical nutrition, Terry, and this is how we're going to change the world. Thanks for the phone call, Terry. All right, go ahead. We've got a minute left.
I heard that this here MediShare, which is a non-insurance healthcare solution, biblically based, is a very good option to Medicare.
It may be. I've never heard of it. And you know what? MediShare is what it's called?
Yes, it's where, you pay pretty much what we're going to wind up paying for Medicare, and everybody pools their money together.
Well, I tell you what, I'm going to research it, and I'm going to have somebody from the MediShare organization interview. I'll interview him next week on the radio.
It's mychristiancare.org.
mychristiancare.org. I will check it out. I appreciate that heads up, Terry. We're going to track somebody down from this organization and have them on the radio program at their earliest convenience. This is how we do it, ladies and gentlemen. It's teamwork. Hats off to Terry from Virginia. We're going to talk to Gottfried in Germany when we come back. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Dr. Peter Glidden. We did a little research during the break. My Christian Care, each month your share is matched with another's eligible medical bills. Christian Care Ministry facilitates the direct sharing of medical costs between members and provides you with a secure online way to see who you are sharing with, so you can pray for and encourage them. And when you have a medical incident, your fellow believers have committed to sharing and praying for you. It's that simple. So this is still medical insurance. It's still paying for MDs, right? It's just a different way to gain access to what the MDs have to offer. It's a different type of medical insurance. It's like a co-op for medical insurance. What does this provide you? It provides you with cheaper access to ineffective, expensive, ridiculous, nonsense MD therapies, which is a bad idea. Now, if the Christian Care Group has catastrophic insurance that only pays for, ambulance rides and emergency visits and stitches and stuff like that, emergency surgery, then I'm good to go with that. Because it's a co-op, it'll be cheaper. But our whole thing here is to get you to stop going to the MD and stop paying to get access to the MD, because they got nothing for you for chronic disease except treatments which are dangerous and ineffective. That's the long and the short of it. Gottfried from Germany is up next. Hey, Gottfried. 3.5 minutes left in this segment. How can I help?
Hey. Doctor. Hello?
Hey, Gottfried, you're live, buddy. What's going on?
Do you have the checkup for the CPC?
I've talked to 4 of my colleagues. I've gotten 3 calls back, and none of them have any experience with this type of surgical procedure. None of them have any patients that have had this done. So I'm still hunting down the last one. And if I get some information from him about what they've found, then I'll share it with you next week.
Okay. Listen, I'm so upset yesterday because I called Doc Winfrey to talk to Dr. Warlock on a downline I just got yesterday about a 15-year-old girl who have epilepsy. I have no knowledge about epilepsy, but Doc told me I've been calling too much, and therefore, why should I call? That people are in U.S. waiting to call, and therefore they will not take my call.
Well, I don't, Dr. Wallach is a cranky son of a gun. And you have to understand Dr. Wallach from his particular perspective, right? I mean, he's the he's the top guy in the company. He founded the company, and he's on a mission. Dr. Wallach looks at longevity like a military operation. He does, because he's a member of the Air Force. His military certificate, his military, I don't know if you call it a license or whatever, his military registration never expires. Never expires. Dr. Wallach can be called back to active service today, if they needed to. And so his perspective on this, Gottfried, is that, he only has so many resources available to him at any time. So he has to choose where to direct the delivery of the resources to implement the best possible results. So from his point of view, because it's a pain in the neck to get nutritional supplements into the European Union, he's not going to spend a lot of time on the radio speaking to people from the European Union, because maybe they'll get the supplements, maybe they won't. Maybe they'll be able to build a downline, maybe they won't. It's like that. That's how he thinks. But look, man, you can call me as much as you want. Here's the deal with epilepsy. Okay, here's the deal with epilepsy. If you're born with epilepsy, it's because there's a piece of your brain missing, and you're always going to need to be on seizure medication. If epilepsy started later in life, like when you were 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, that's different. From our point of view, that's an essential fatty acid deficiency illness. So the recommendation is simple. Remember, it's simple, right? Simple solutions. Healing is easy. The recommendation, 1 healthy brain and heart pack and 2 bottles of selenium per 100 pounds of body weight per month, plus eliminate the 10 bad foods. The healthy brain and heart pack, and selenium appropriate for body weight. Eliminate the 10 bad foods. Got to give Dr. Wallach a little slack here, because remember, this is a mission, and we only have so many resources. But hey, buddy, you can call me as much as you want. Hour 2 coming up, folks. After this, stick around.